It was said by Henry David Thoreau that most men live lives of quiet desperation. And if you're a man, I know you know exactly what that feels like. You see, in this world, men aren't really catered to in the way that babies and females and dogs, as the old adage goes, are catered to, right? And I think that's a good thing, actually. To some degree, it's a good thing. Because you're a man, and you are meant to forge your own path. And that's the beauty and tragedy of being a man, is that often you go through things alone, and your task is to figure them out. Your task is to pave a way, and to find a way to succeed, and to thrive, and to strive ahead. Now, that quote really, it symbolizes loneliness, right? Quiet desperation. How many men do you know are blessed with the gift of expressing themselves thoroughly? How many men do you know are able to strike understanding in the subject or object of their presentation? By that I mean, how many men can communicate exactly what they feel and be understood? Right? Not very many. And so because that's the case with most men, we retreat into ourselves and we despair over life. We despair over the things we experience on our own. You know, I looked at some statistics recently and I saw that men are, you know, in record numbers, and I think that quote really defines modern man more than man of any other time. And it really is a sad thing. So this video is addressed more so to the boys, the men, the young men, and I'm just a young man at this moment. I'm a young boy. I'm not a boy, but I'm a young man. But I have my 2 cents to say about this. I've had my own experiences in life so far, and around 14, 15, I'd say was when I really begun to understand what that quote meant, right? Because that age range is such a weird age range, because you're not a child anymore, and people begin to recognize that, but you're also not a man, but you become more of yourself. People understand that you pose some amount of physical threat, but not that much, you know. And so all the niceness and the jolly interactions you would receive when you were younger begin to dissipate as you get older. And unless you provide something, unless you're someone of value, unless you have some sort of status or track record, then respect is, you know, you're not given the respect you think you deserve. And, you know, again, I think to some degree that's a good thing, because men are supposed to produce and men are supposed to command respect through their actions. But at the heart of it, at the end of the day, men are human beings. Men are human beings. And I'd argue that no one who strives upward should live a life of quiet desperation. We should all have that group, that person, those people who we can go to seek advice, learn from, and gain experience and wisdom from. You know, to be heard is such a wonderful gift. To be heard is such a wonderful gift, and most men aren't heard. Most men aren't seen. You know, how do you live a life of quiet desperation? You're desperate because your needs aren't being fulfilled. Quiet because there's no one to talk to. And so the first step of solving your depression, loneliness, solitude is to find a friend to speak to, right? And I'd say that the step before that, actually, step 0, is to be willing to speak. You don't have to dish out all your problems and your troubles, but be willing to speak. You know, being able to talk to someone and hear someone say something to you is such a wonderful thing. And we are creatures of communication, so we need that. Whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're male or female. Sorry, the wind is blowing and it makes my left eye tear up. I don't know what that is, but it's been a thing for years. Don't mind me, I'm not crying. Yeah, so this is kind of a ramble. I'm kind of rambling on, but I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts on that quote. just kind of rang true to me, and I remembered it today, so I decided I'd make a video about it. You know, if you must go through a period of quiet desperation, it might be necessary, right? Okay, it can be quiet and lonesome and introspect for a while, maybe a long while, but don't let that be your life. Don't let that be your life. There is so much more to life than to be living a life of quiet desperation. And it is deeply unfortunate that most men live that life. And hey, since you're watching, if ever you want to hear someone yap for minutes on end, there's that subscribe button. Click it. I'm just saying. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Don't let your life end where you have not said the things you wanted to say, done the things you wanted to do, and been with the people you wanted to be with. Drive forward. Never stop. And you keep going. Because this life is the life you get once. You only have it once. And what you do counts, what you do matters. So take yourself seriously and understand that you can find fulfillment, you can improve, you can grow, and people can love you. But most of all, you need to understand that you can and should love yourself first. And maybe that quiet desperation won't be so bad. Thank you for watching. This is Corbin Conversations, and I will see you next time.